We've been talking about this all through the weekend. We talk about songs and how much we had a press conference today. We talked about this here and then, how much each one of these songs is like your own children. And you get to watch them grow when they get up. And some of the songs have an easy way, and some of the songs have to fight pretty hard to get out of the box. Those you hold a little closer, you know?
Hey, how are you all? My deepest apologies for being late. De-icing and stuff, we got the same thing done in Nashville, so again, my apologies. You should never wait on me. Welcome to Buffalo. Thank you. That was a joke. And that's about what we do here. I really don't have that much of an opening speech. Feel very lucky to be back here. The band and crew is very much ready. We very much remember this. We shot in 1997. We shot two big events in our lives. One was Central Park and one was Dublin, Ireland. This is where the Dublin, Ireland crew came last to watch, to prep for the show. So we have a lot of great memories from here. This is also where we did our last CMA appearance, if you remember, with Miss Sherwood and myself. So great memories of this place, great memories of the people, great memories of the crowds. And so however you want to look at this, it's kind of putting a lot of pressure back on you, because we have a lot of great memories and expect to see those people again, hopefully. And then Ticketmaster is telling us about just shy of 48% here who bought tickets were 10 years old or not even born yet last time we were here. So it'll be neat to see the faces hopefully remember, and it'll be really cool to see the faces that weren't able to come last time. But 10-1, my bet is going to be on the fact that no matter which group they belong to, they'll know every word to every verse of every song. That's what we're counting on, and I hope that comes true. So if it's okay, if we open it up for questions, I'd love for you to introduce yourself so I'll know who I'm talking to, please, when you do. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Garth. I'm Mary Alice from Channel 2 in Buffalo.
Mary Alice, have we met before?
I think we may have, yes.
Were you old enough to be doing this last time? Okay.
It was the concealers holding.
Yes.
6 sold-out shows is unprecedented for Buffalo. We've never had an artist sell out that many shows in one day. Your reaction to that, and how common is that for you?
We feel very lucky, and you know we are competing. Our main thing that we look at is what we did in the 90s, and this is one of 2 cities on the tours that we did not break the attendance record, but broke the number of night shows. So same way in Lexington. Lexington went from 4 shows to 3, but we still fell short of the attendance record by a couple thousand. And what it makes me is it feels like we got the same number of people that want to see us, but they all have better seats than last time, which is very, very nice. So this is going to be fun. We look forward to it. We take it on as a challenge. The only thing that will kind of go down during the 6 shows is the voice. It just doesn't hold up, and I wish it did. They keep telling me, take it easy. I can't. It's like a kid in a toy store. They tell me to quit screaming. I can't. I just, if the people are into it, I get into it, and the next thing I know, my voice is gone. And so shows, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, I hope, study the lyrics, please, because I'm going to need your help to get through them, kind of thing. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I was just wondering, I'm Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Oh, sorry. Let me get somewhere. How many chins you see shooting up like that, Tom?
I was just wondering, what has been the longest amount of dates that you've ever played in one city? I read something on the internet the other day that was kind of funny. It said Garth Brooks announces his rule for 200 or 300 dates in 3 cities.
That's sweet. St. Paul, Minneapolis would probably be the longest one. We were there 14 days. I think we had 11 shows. Denver will be the opposite. Denver, we're there for 5 nights. I believe we have 9 shows. So that's going to be crazy. So you get, maybe it's 6 and 9, I don't know, but so you get the opposite. The main thing is we feel lucky to have a place to play. We feel lucky that people come out and see us, and especially at this age, you feel even luckier. And we would have, we looked at the 90s tour, and we said we'd be lucky if we did 50% of that. And right now we're sitting at about 120, 130% of that, which is crazy. So we feel very lucky, and feel very, very lucky that the people are showing up. Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
Kathy or Cassie? Kathy.
How has it been transitioning, by the way? Welcome to Buffalo.
Thank you.
How has it been transitioning back into the tour?
It's good. It happened about Tulsa. You started to get at the turn of the year. You started to feel good again. The first 4 months were catching up. And then something happened in Boston, which was unbelievable. Pittsburgh was my birthday weekend, which was a blast. And then the early show Saturday night in Detroit, something clicked where as we breathed out, the audience breathed in, and it started doing that thing that you remember. So just now starting to feel like it's coming up, which I told the band and crew out of humbleness, give us 6 months. I didn't think it'd take that long. It has taken 6 months to kind of get your feet underneath you. But now you're starting to, now you can explore the next level and see where you go. I don't know if I'm mastering it, but I do have to say what I love about Twitter is it wipes all the walls out between me and you. And what I really love is to respond and then get the response to that respond, you know, kind of thing. But it's just like we had this thing before most of you were born in Nashville called fanfare. And fanfare was at those times where people would come and the walls would be gone. You could talk to the people that allowed you to do this. And it was great. And that's what Twitter is, kind of 24/7. And Facebook's the same way. Facebook is more like posting big events of the day, and Twitter's more the moment kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. Yes, sir.
Tim O'Shea, Buffalo News.
Hey, Tim.
So, I mean, as a dad, as a husband, what's it been like for your family to be part of this experience and see it, to in some cases be on stage?
It's cool. Are you a dad and a father as well? How old are your babies?
They are 20, 19, and 9.
Okay, so same thing. Before when we were on tour, it was like, let's say we did the Muppet Show one night. Well, the kids came in there and go, "Oh, I thought this was a Muppet Show. This is about Dad," you know. So at that age, it wasn't their thing. Now, them off to college, if they come see a show, it's because they want to. They roll in, now it's really cool. And it's like their babies again for me. Every chance I get to hold them is, you know, something amazing for me. Especially, and I'm sure you already know this, that they're gone. They're just gone. And you never can get them back. They say they come back, but so far we're in that thing where they're just gone kind of thing. But they're exploring their own lives. Good for them. And I pray to God for them every night. As far as no guilt, that's the great thing about this tour. You started, Sandy and I were married when we started the tour, and we didn't have cell phones then. So I wasn't much of a partner to her. 3-4 days would go, we'd be playing the clubs. I wouldn't call her, and that's just not right. And we wouldn't talk, and so then they hand you your first child, and all you can think of is, I want to be the parent my mom and dad was to me. I want to be there for everything, and you're not. So eventually comes a thing where you retire, you go raise your babies. Greatest gift God and the people have ever given me was that time. And then as the house is starting to get empty, you know, what are we going to do with the rest of our lives? And it was Miss Yearwood that said, would you think about touring again? And wow, I never thought it'd be an option. So it's cool that people are showing up. Does that answer your question? I'm sorry, it was kind of long, but sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
I'm
Garth,
sorry.
Josh Maloney, nice to meet you.
Hey, Josh.
When you were thinking about doing this for a career, did you ever think that snowy Buffalo would be such a hotbed for country music?
All you got to do is go around and play and find out on your own. It's what you do. So did I think as a kid in Oklahoma that New York would support country? No, not at all. Especially then I didn't, because the world was a lot bigger then. It's a lot smaller now. Then you start doing fairs, state fairs, county fairs. You start to see people showing up that are from Buffalo. They got their Buffalo colors even though you're not in Buffalo. And you start to go, wow, I wonder what Buffalo's like. Then you play here. Try and remember this. Our tour, this tour will see about 55-60% of the cities we saw in the last tour, because one show is turning to 6 or one show is turning. So who picks where we go? I do. I picked. So how do you pick? For me, I don't care about the dollar bill, bottom line. I care about memories of, did I have fun there? Did I have fun there? Did we get to do stuff as a crew there and a band there? You betcha. We're going back to all the fun places. So even though wouldn't have dreamed of it, can't dream of it now without it, because this is a fun place to play. Yes, sir.
Hi, Gus from BackstageAxxess.
Hey, Gus.
Now, you were one of the first country artists to bring theatrics into country music. Now, everybody today, you go to a country show, everybody's using some type of theatrics. What do you think about today's state of country music and, the performance and where it's gone from then to now?
I think this happens to all old guys in any business. Soon they're going to start looking to you and going, hey, do you notice somebody's doing what you did when you were a kid? And my only answer to that always is, if you've ever seen a Garth Brooks show and you saw a Chris Ledoux show, you would have said Garth Brooks stole his show from Chris Ledoux, and they'd be right. And Chris stole it from somebody else, and it goes on and on. My early influences as a kid, one of the groups was Queen. My high school sweetheart surprised me with tickets to go see Queen. I think I was 17, and I think on the 13th row. There was a place, this is funny, there's a thing where Brian May, the guitar player, comes out, fans start blowing with the long hair, and this piece of light rig comes down and starts battling it on this arm, and he's playing, and the light rig's dying, and he's playing, the crowd's going crazy. Watch the opening number tonight. It's where it's from, something from Queen. So just those influences never go away, and those things that you see and hear never go away for people who either follow music or don't in here. These things that you'll see tonight hopefully will last a lifetime of memories, hopefully good ones. Yes, sir.
John Morrow with the Associated Press.
Hey, John.
How, being out of the business for so long, how have you found that the industry, the music industry, has changed?
Ooh, tough. Tail's wagging the dog right now. Very much technology is king. When I left this business in the 90s, content was king. But the truth is, John, content is always king. They might be able to put curtains in front of it. Content will always be king, because technology right now is wagging the dog, but technology is dying for content. And where content used to be king, great content is going to be king now, because there is so much content. So that's the thing. Just tell these songwriters, tell these publishers, tell these guys in Washington, protect the art, and the art will survive. If you don't, it'll fall victim to technology. I'm not bitching and complaining. I'm just saying that's where I think it is. Yes, ma'am. What is the girl in the Racket Cowboys hat's name? Melina? Nalina. Nice to meet you, Nalina. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go Pokes. How'd you end up here? Are you up here now?
But one of your Buffalo connections is to one of our Buffalo Bills, Thurman Thomas, also an Oklahoma State grad.
Thurman Thomas is an Oklahoma State grad? Really? I didn't know that. Just one of our proudest moments as Oklahoma State Cowboys, yes. The greatest thing about the greatest athletes is how much time they spend with future athletes' children. So we'll be working with Mr. Thomas at the pro camp this weekend because that's what they do. And somebody very else high up here in this region that was also a national hero and a global hero for everybody will be helping us out as well. My thing is, the greatest are the humblest, and I think that's what you got with these two guys for sure. Thurman Thomas was a starting running back when I was watching him in school, and there was a young kid that was his second that never could start in front of him named Barry Sanders that was there at the same time. So it was a good time, like always, to be a Cowboy, but really proud of those guys and how they represented themselves as they moved forward. Yes, sir.
Hey, Rob Banks from 106.5.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, when you talked about how when you were in Buffalo last on the CMA Awards, that year you won Entertainer of the Year. How cool is it that you took so much time away and now you're jumping back into it? You've already been nominated for Entertainer of the Year at the ACM.
That's very sweet. We were talking about this morning, we were doing some radio interviews for the Portland on sale, which is tomorrow, and they're doing a big ACM campaign up there. And the thought is, when they were giving out nominations for the ACMs, this tour was 2 or 3 months old. That's a sweet nod. So whether you win it or not, it's like, can't believe you're in it. So it's cool. You know, you look back and you try and go, well, wow, how long has it been since in between people have won it? I think Straight went 18 years in between winning it one year and winning it again. Straight always has all the records, all the cool stuff. So, you know, he is showing us that it is possible. But the truth is, it's like Miss Sherwood said, we're going to go there, feel very lucky to be there. We're going to enjoy the evening. It's going to be our first award show together. This might be our first one ever as husband and wife, just to go and get to sit and watch us. This will be fun. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Garth. Katie Morris from Channel 7 WKBW Eyewitness News.
Hi, Katie.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
You've got a lot that you're going to be doing here in Buffalo
Well, you know, I mean, you're talking about food, I'm in, okay? I'm just in. People think it's easy to stay 260. It's not. You got to work at it. So we're going to enjoy that here. And then, yeah, of course, anything to get out, band and crew, and we do everything together. So I heard the falls were frozen. Is that true? Does that ever happen? Does it really? Does it really happen? Wow. I thought they were yanking in Oklahoma like, yeah, this guy will believe anything. So they really do freeze? Really? No. We seem to be split here, people. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Janet or Janice? Janet, thank you.
6 shows, but the shows keep doing back-to-back on Friday and Saturday night. How do you turn that around for the crowds? What do you say to them, the ones that are going to have to get out so the rest can come back in? And then how much time do you have to turn things around and restart the show?
Well, here's another great thing about social media is the buildings also talk to each other. So this started, I don't know where it started in Chicago or if it started in Atlanta or a first or second city on the tour. They've been talking. And so the last one we did was Detroit. Snow on the ground. I mean, it's snowing pretty hard there. They've already got 8,000 people for the next show, and they have taken them into this place called what was it called? The Coco or whatever the thing was, the little place right across the street. Scanned their tickets, got them ready, and when those people came out, those 8,000, I mean, they turned the building totally empty to full again in less than 30 minutes. So that was pretty cool. So when they're waiting on me, that's pretty cool in between shows. And then as far as how do we do it, forgive me because I'm gonna repeat myself, but it's a perfect minute. If your job was eating ice cream for a living, and your boss comes in and goes, "Hey, you're gonna have to pull a double shift tonight," you're like, count me in. It's so much fun. And what's cool, Jimmy Mattingly, the fiddle player, you'll notice him. He's an amazing entertainer. He said it best. He says, "I'm so scared that they'll think I'm not giving them their all on the first one, that I wear myself out. And then by the time the second one comes around, you just have to find the energy from somewhere else." And where does that energy come from? That new batch of 17,000 people that's coming in. They bring it with them. So it's not hard. We want you to think it's hard, but it's the easiest gig on the planet. Yes, ma'am. Hi, Angela.
You mentioned the Ticketmaster statistics about the younger
Yes.
audience. Have you seen, what do you think the difference is between the audience this time versus the last time you were here?
I'm going to tell you, and you're going to think I'm crazy. I'm going to call karaoke. I really am. It used to just be Dublin, Ireland, that could out-sing. You couldn't even hear yourself singing when they were singing. Now every city, and I think it's karaoke. I think our inhibitions to sing in front of people are being erased. But the cool thing too is we have Moo TV, the guys that film everything. We didn't have film last time we were here, video, all that stuff. So now you get to see in those cameras, and you see these people, and you swear to God, they think they're the only person in the entire room. So they've got their head back, their arms are out, they're dancing. I can't tell you how many guys, 6'6" or over, about 300 pounds, sing She's in Love with a Boy louder than any 16-year-old girl in the place will do it tonight. It's crazy, and it's so much fun to watch, but I'm gonna have to go there and say, because that's the only way I can explain it, because they've got an iPhone in one hand, and beers now are about the size of my knee, down to my foot. And they've got an iPhone in one and a beer in another, but yet they're louder than they've ever been. So how is that possible? And so I think it is. I think the fact that these people sing, I'm hoping tonight, you'll find out opening night if you've got a bunch of singers or not. Yes, sir. What's your name, sir? Nice to meet you. The favorite song to sing or favorite song to perform? Can I do both of them? My favorite Garth song is The Dance. It has been it's way off the very first album. The only one that's ever come close to competing was a song called Mom off the new album. And I love both those songs. I love it for the sentiment that they both hold. My favorite song to perform, we'll talk about this tonight in all 6 shows. Call in Baton Rouge, no doubt. Call in Baton Rouge is crazy fun. So much fun to play. But I am very thankful, and in all honesty, you can put me on a polygraph, whatever, you can hold a gun to my head. I'm going to tell you the truth. There's no song that I'm tired of singing. And people might go, "You mean even Friends?" Friends is fantastic. Friends, I don't sing it. You play the first 4 notes and it's gone, it's theirs, and that's what I love. So you just get to watch and laugh, and it's pretty sweet. So things like the thunder, that's a big moment for us. I tell you what's a big moment for us that's coming is people loving people. I'm stunned, and I'm stunned. It's been in some cities that caught me off guard for loving it. Boston was a big one. Boston was just a love fest. And you know, anybody that knows Boston knows they're very quick, and they pride themselves on being very matter of fact. These people were just, they were love bugs. They hate to hear that because they're so tough. They were love bugs. It was a great moment. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, did anybody not get a question they needed? Well, let's do that then, please. Thank you very much. Very sweet.
And the hope is this is the best we've ever done.